Hello everyone, Phoenix Fella here, and welcome to another American Truck Simulator. I will get it right one of these days. Welcome back to another American Truck Simulator video. This is actually going to be more of a review. I haven't really done any of these, so I figured, yeah, why not? So, I wanted to do it. Give you guys my thoughts on the game. Now that the honeymoon period's over, you know what I mean? We played it for a couple of days. We know the gist of it. So let's start right away with the pros. Let's get the pros out there first and get it smooth, and then we'll go into the cons. So pro number one, it looks good. I gotta admit, I even think it looks a little bit better than Euro Truck Simulator. I could be wrong, but to me it just looks great. The details on the scenery on the side, the buildings themselves, I think it just looks good, and it's an American style map. That's pro number two. I hope I don't get through that. I know the cons are going to be a lot more in depth, but it's an American style map. You know, we've been wanting an official American style map for how long? And it's here. It's here, and it looks good. There's some minor details which we'll go with in the cons, but overall, it feels American. A lot of people were saying, you know, it's just reskinned buildings from Euro Truck. No, because if you go to Los Angeles, sorry, you can actually see the pier out there with the roller coaster, the Ferris wheel, and all that. So, you know, yes, there are some buildings that are more than likely reskins, and yes, there are a lot of buildings that are used over and over throughout the map. But there are still some little gems like that that you really have to pay attention to see, that makes you go, wow, this is really cool. The next big thing, which is, you know, you guys already seen already, I did a mod spotlight already, is the ease of porting the ES2 mods over to American Truck Simulator. A lot of people are having it, take it, and it switched over pretty easy. I don't know myself how easy it is because I haven't done it, but a lot of people are already porting mods over from Euro Truck to American Truck Simulator, and that was before the game was even released. That was, you know, when games was still being just handed out as press releases. The day I got it, there was already a bunch of trucks already out for it. So the ease of porting those over is really nice, because there's a lot of trucks in American or Euro Truck that people want American Truck. And let me put it out there, a lot of people were like, oh, the trucks suck. The trucks look good. The trucks, yes, there's only two, which again we'll get in the cons, but the trucks do look good. I mean, there is a lot of stuff you can do to them, and I really enjoy them. Okay, so let's go to the cons, which there are a lot of cons. Let's start off with the first thing that a lot of people are talking about. Well, the first two things that a lot of people are talking about are there's only two trucks. I understand that, you know, that their licensing for the other trucks got pulled out. They only were allowed to do these two trucks because the owner of the brand said, you know, or the brand said, hey, we only want to give you two trucks to see how it works out, and if it works out good, we'll work with you a little bit more. But I mean, you at least could have done. I wasn't around at the launch of ETS2, but Tough said they actually put in, like, the Mercedes brand. They didn't put it in as Mercedes. They switched it up a little bit, switched up the logo. Pretty much what they've done throughout the map. Like, Walbert is their version of Walmart. Chevron is like their version of Chevron, the gas station. Carzone, AutoZone. I mean, you see it in the map. They've done it before. And what he told me is that when they launched ETS2, they didn't have the licensing for Mercedes, so they made a fictional brand, much like what GTA does with all of their cars. Like, what is Ford for them is oh god, I can't remember. It's a red oval. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it is. Even the trucks look just like Fords. So they could have done that. They really, they could have. And as licensing became available, they could have, you know, reworked it in there. Again, we'll get into my other thoughts later on that. Another thing is just 2 states, like, you know, they said, yeah, Nevada was a free DLC, Arizona's going to be a free DLC, but they were talking about the West Coast. There's a lot more than California on the West Coast, and Nevada and Arizona is kind of leading off of the West Coast. You know, there's Seattle, there's Oregon. I really wish they would have, you know, packaged that all together. Like, I'm hoping that, you know, maybe they'll give us a whole region for free. Maybe California, you know, like, we paid for California, but they give us Nevada, they'll give us Arizona, maybe Utah, maybe everything in that area, and release it, make that the free region, because you got a free region pretty much with ETS2, and then you had to buy certain regions. But I hope they do that and, you know, split it into different regions of the of the Americas. Like, you got Canada. Canada can be split into its own, like, north or east and west. Texas, you know, Texas to Florida, make that a region. From you know, just, you know how they divide the regions in America. Let's do that. Let's get that. Make that the DLCs. I hope they really look into that and do that, because you pay $20 for two states. It's pretty bad. I mean, the Scandinavia DLC, you got 3 or 4 countries, and then for $20 we get 2 states. That's that is just like a slap in the face. But let's move on to more in-game stuff, not just launch problems. Fines. Fine is not a big deal now because you got a mod to fix it. But still, that won't work in multiplayer, which we'll get into it again later. It's a whole nother topic. Fines are absolutely outrageous. $1,000 for a speeding ticket. Never in my life have I heard anyone getting a $1,000 speeding ticket. $900 for a car collision that 90% of the times the AI causes. It's just like, what? That moves me into my next con. The AI is just so freaking wonky. Like, I seriously got behind a truck. He stopped at a green light. The light turned green. He stopped. When it turned red, he went. I've had other cars that just merge into me just out of nowhere. And then I've had just total cars just disappear in front of me. It's like, what? How'd that happen? It's just, I don't know. The AI is just completely out of whack on it. The AI traffic, that is. No merge lanes. That's the next thing. You know, when you come off of a on-ramp, you got a merge lane to merge over into traffic. There's none in here. Like, you just merge right into traffic. There's no merge lane so you can get time to get up to speed and merge over. Nothing like that. I have not run into one yet. That's another thing that that just kind of like, what? How did you miss that? Which kind of brings in the next thing, barriers. The barriers alongside the road, whoa. They're like right on the red line, and they're down every single road pretty much. There is not one. I understand why you do it. You keep people from cutting into the grass and everything. But America doesn't have barriers and guardrails down every single road right on the white line, red line, or yellow lines. Doesn't happen like that. That's not the case. There's supposedly a mod that's supposed to take care of this. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it was Tough said he's seen it. what I'm going through my my cons list here to see what I get. Oh, the lack of upgrades. When you go to upgrade a truck, you have very minimal things. Like, you can't even put extra lights on that thing. It's like, really? Like, when in your truck we had light options, we had horn options, we had different, we can have, and we don't even have that in there where we can just have a single axle on the rear, right? We don't have that option. Not that I've seen anyway. We don't have that option. There are trucks like that in America. We don't have that option. We can't customize our steps. We don't have again, lights, horns. We don't have lights on the bars on the front. We don't have of course the interior was DLC, which would have been nice. Stack options, which they didn't have in your truck, but you know, that's a pretty big thing here with trucks. Stack options. There's a lot that can be done that kind of got glossed over. It's saddening. It really is, because you can't really customize your truck that much. Your truck is what you buy, and that's pretty much it. Before, you can customize what lights you had on. Like, if you wanted a different style of lights, you could put it on there. Or you want all horns and so on. Now you can't. It's kind of ridiculous. I guess that them two kind of go together. So let's get to the last one, then we'll wrap it up. The last one is no official multiplayer. Now, the multiplayer for your truck, okay, it's there. You can use it, you can play with friends and all that, but they pretty much, you pay to become a moderator, admin, whatever. And if you make someone pisses you off, they can just ban you for good, or for like 2 weeks or something. And anytime you come in, if they see you, they can just ban you again. There's no real official policing from SCS there. They just kind of let one guy do it and just run with it. And that's the same thing that's happening with American Truck Simulator. The same guys working on it. They said that they wanted to give us a multiplayer, and SCS didn't follow through with it. There's no official multiplayer. There's a multiplayer mod that's in the works, but it's not from SCS. It's from the same guy that did ES2 multiplayer. So that's kind of a letdown. You know, I would love to have it so I can play with just Tough, Toby, Glass, and whoever in a server, instead of having to deal with the constant trolls that don't get banned, but yet someone who follows the rules and everything can ban just because someone doesn't like them. So, you know, that's a letdown. That's a huge letdown. And SCS could release it in a further patch, but I don't see that coming. Because that kind of brings me to my wrap-up point. The game feels more like a DLC than it does actually a standalone game. If they would have packaged it with ETS2 and made it the American Truck Simulator official DLC, I think it would have been actually a lot better. You're paying for it pretty much like a DLC. You're not paying for like a full game like ES. It's actually cheaper than Euro Truck Simulator too. So you're not paying for like a full game. It feels more like you just paid for a DLC. And to me, it almost feels like they just dropped the ball on it. They were like, you know, we don't want to, you know, deal with multiplayer. We'll just let this guy do it. We don't want to do we don't want to work on more trucks because, you know, they'll already have tons of mods out for it. Like, I mean, we got my favorite right first day was the T800. Now they don't have to worry about it because someone's already put a mod out. So they can justify not doing it now because someone else released a mod. So it really feels like they just said, well, package it and put it out there and let the community finish the rest, which is a good idea to get the modding community more involved in the game and get more people playing it, interested in it, because you can have pretty much anything you want in game. But it's really a letdown to those guys that were hoping for more. I mean, if you want it, you know, full control, you know, full truck control, what trucks get put in the game and everything through the modders, you should at least just give us a more complete map, give us a bigger map, and justify it that way. But no, they just kind of said, oh well, we don't have the license for this, and we just want to get the main focus to be on California and all that. No, just say that you didn't want to do it, so you let the other guy, you know, the modding community do it. Overall, I like the idea of the game, but it was kind of a letdown to what we were promised we were going to get. You know, it wasn't. It just doesn't feel like a complete game to me. It feels like a DLC to Euro Truck Simulator 2. You know, and that's what my argument was for Tough is, as like, you're looking at it as a full game, it's more like a DLC. And he's like, well, at least then let me, you know, have my customizations from Euro Truck Simulator. And that's a great point. It's a great point, you know. But like I said, it doesn't feel complete to me. It feels like it was rushed, and the kind of release, how they handled it, kind of makes it even more feel that way, because they were like, well, we're not going to get anything else done by this day, let's just push it out now. You know, it just feels too rushed, like it's not complete. So that's my opinion on it. You know, you might feel otherwise, and you know what they say, opinions are like, and I'll leave that there. So if you guys liked the video, be sure to leave a like down below. If you guys want to see more of American Truck Simulator videos, be sure to click subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye bye.